Hello, and thank you for watching my little YouTube channel. I'm kind of having fun with it. Well, my name is Dave, and the question today is, can you travel with your ham radio gear? So many parks on the air, this guy included, likes to go to various parks. Sometimes it's really not possible to drive. For example, I flew to Hawaii. Can't drive there from Illinois. Um, can you travel with your ham radio equipment? And the quick answer is yes. Yes, you can. But there are also some warnings that need to be alerted. For example, your luggage. Can you stow your radio equipment in your checked luggage? And my answer to that is some of it. First of all, if you've ever seen baggage handlers deal with your luggage, they've got a very quick turnaround for every airplane they load and unload, and then they have to get it back to the carousel. They throw it onto the vehicle when they're taking it off, of course. Throw it onto the vehicle, send it back to the carousel. It comes tumbling down the carousel to the goes around and you will pick it up. If you've ever witnessed that, you probably don't want to put your radio in there. Baggage handlers are wonderful people. They're a key to our entire travel system for airline flight. Very cool people, hardworking. That's a tough job. It really is. But do you want your sensitive electronic equipment left in that situation? And to me, that's a big, big no. No, I am not going to travel and put my radio or any other electronic equipment in the checked luggage. I'm just not going to do it. I have seen how they handle things. They have to work fast, and they do. But being delicate with that luggage is not always a priority for them. So, first of all, radio gear, in particular the radio, sensitive electronics, carry it on. Carry it on every single time. Put it in a backpack, somehow check luggage. And I really do prefer a backpack. If you've ever watched the flight attendants try to squeeze all the bags they can into the overhead storage bins, I just don't want my radio up there. So I want it in a backpack. I know it's a little bit heavy, but also it's within inches of my body and my hands at all times. I've got it. I can take care of it. I can protect it. It's all just fine. So, can you take your radio with you? Yes, but be careful with it. Don't let it be abused. If you're going on a trip, and particularly if you're going on a trip where it's for the radio activity, don't let it be ruined by one little toss of maybe tumbling down the luggage carousel at the pickup point. Be careful. So, second of all, the FAA has a limit on these guys. This is my lithium phosphide battery. The LiPo, as we usually call them, and any size is not acceptable with the FAA. They have a limit of 100 watt hours. 100 watt hours, not amp hours, watt hours. So the concern is, of course, that these things, on occasion, they have what the FAA calls thermal runaway. And what that means is a doggone thing gets very hot and catches fire, and that is not something you want on an airplane. And also, these guys cannot be stowed into your checked luggage. They cannot be carried in your checked luggage. They'll be taken out every single time because there is a slight fire risk with them. They have to be carried on. Absolutely have to be carried on. That's FAA regulations. No getting around that. And also, a size limit. As I said, 100 watt hours, not amp hours, watt hours. How many, what is the maximum watt hours Well, the FAA provides a formula, and it is a very simple one to tell whether your battery is too big or acceptable. And that is simply voltage. And on here, I will find 12.8. Maybe you can read that. 12.8. On this particular battery, it's 60 watt hours. This one I could fly with, and I have 60 watt hours. However, this battery is a 20 amp hour. It's going to tell me 12.8 volts right over here, and I'm looking at it upside down, 20 amp hours right under here. So if I went to voltage times amp hours, oh, it's going to be way over. 20 amp hours is not going to fit. What's the maximum? Well, the formula again, voltage times amp hours. And if you kind of flip that formula around just a little bit, voltage divided by 100 watt hours, well, that's going to come out to 7.8125. So a skosh over 7.8 amp hours is the maximum the FAA will allow on an airplane. If you're going through American, Southwest, et cetera, they might have their own rules. So check theirs. Also check their website for their limit for size of these batteries. The FAA is 7.8. If your amp hours is over 7.8, it's not going to be allowed. So don't even try. The good news is that you can take more than one of these, and I have. Whenever I flew to Hawaii, I took basically two of these. This one, I think, was a 60 watt hour. I also have a 64 watt hour. With those two, I was fine. I actually did a lot of radio stuff in Hawaii. Every evening after playing, I would bring it in, charge them. They were pretty much dead, but I would charge them back up overnight, be ready to go the next morning, and everything worked out just fine. So voltage times amp hours. Very, very simple formula. If that comes over 100, that's going to give you your watt hours. If that comes over 100, then your battery will not be allowed. The terminals do have to be protected, and ideally in the box that it came for. Typically these things come in some kind of a box. Often the terminals are protected, so it's not that hard to put them in a plastic bag or something. Somehow protect these terminals. Don't leave them just exposed. And doing that, yes, you can fly with your radio. Go out, go have fun. I love doing it. I can't wait to do it again. Actually, I'm ready to go back to Hawaii. That's one of the few places I simply can't drive to that I will go, but there are a whole lot of countries in the world that we can play radio in. And with that, I am going to say 73 and enjoy a sip of this. This happens to be a chocolate milk stout. It's a stout brewed with some chocolate grains, some lactose in there, and I added a pound of cherries to the 5-gallon brew that I made. It's pretty tasty. Thanks for watching. This is good stuff. Bye for now.